In no uncertain terms, the secrets of the universe. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I just wanted to make a brief introduction and let you know that this particular video article that I wrote in 2015 is packed with a lot of information, but admittedly it does bounce around a bit and I do jump from point to point without filling in the gaps here and there. If you have been following along with my work and have watched many or all of my earlier videos, then you will be in sync and know exactly what I am talking about, but if you haven't, you might not completely understand what I am talking about, and you may have a hard time understanding. Like most of my videos, if you watch this video article twice, the points I am trying to make will become clear, so watch it twice if you don't quite get it the first time. I would really love to work to fill in the gaps and to use video clips and other content to elaborate all of the points I talk about in this video, but because I have so many videos to make to complete the 2015 video playback series, as well as all the consecutive years to catch up to now 2023, I will present this video article the way it was written, with some minor edits, and I hope you can take it for what it is. I will try to add a couple video clips here and there to help you visualize some of the points I am trying to make, and ultimately, I will have to continue my work presenting my formulations of how the universe works, and I very well may revisit this exact article, as it is foundational to all of my other work. As I said, if you have already watched most or all of my other content, great. But if you haven't, I highly recommend you have at least watched the following videos before you watch this video. If you haven't, check them out after this one. What is gravity? Simple 1-minute explanation. What is dark energy and the expanding universe? What is quantum gravity? The pineal gland and the crystal universe. The Big Bang and the expanding universe. The sun's corona and the time dilation field. A new perspective and the majestic crystal cores of the cosmos. Mass, matter, function, interaction of momentum, part 5. And electromagnetic gravitic propulsion and zero-point energy or dark energy.
About this video article. While this article could be rewritten to better communicate some of the points within, it is being created and included in the 2015 flashback video article playlist for posterity, the way it was written, with some minor edits, primarily to preserve it and to convey the thought process I was going through at the time it was written. Obviously, I had not come to the conclusions or realizations that I have now come to. With that said, the points in this article are at the very foundation of all of my work on learning about the majestic crystal universe. In no uncertain terms, the secrets of the universe. October 18, 2015. To understand my work on the dark energy field, matter, energy, time and space, you need to know these simple truths.
I have since come to realize that the universe is a binary system, and there are really only two forces, the electric force and the magnetic force. Their interaction is the foundation of all. Space, or dark energy, is responsible for the electric force, while matter, or energy, is responsible for the magnetic force.
The universe is a binary system. There is energy/matter, and there is space/dark energy. Dark energy is a single force that has 10 gradients, or 10 shells, 10 states of the dark energy field, or 10 states of quantum gravity.
The universe had once been 10-dimensional, a state of perfection.
Watch my video called, What is Quantum Gravity, for more information. We are in the fifth shell of the dark energy field. Everything below us progressively gets faster and faster, and everything above us progressively gets slower and slower. The speed of light and the rate of time are one and the same, they are tied to each other. Matter is the entanglement of both energy and dark energy, or local entanglement. This entanglement is the ninth state of gravity, or the ninth shell. This is the closest energy and dark energy can get, and it takes a lot of force to create local entanglement, or the quark. The quark is the ninth state, or the ninth shell. Only compression into a black hole can create the 10th state.
Okay, so as an example, simple entanglement at the correlating density of the dark energy field. Simple entanglement is basically the gluons, the electrons, the muons, and photons. These are the electric force particles that are usually are connected to the dark energy fields or space compared to matter and energy, which would be more of a magnetic component. At the quark level, you have the gluon, number 9. At the proton, neutron level, you have the electron, 8. At the atomic level, you have the muon and photons, 7 and 6. At the planetary, stellar level, you have the heliosphere, 5. At the galactic level, you have the quote-unquote dark matter state, or the dark matter sphere, 4. At the universal level, you have the quote-unquote dark energy state, or the voids, 3. And above that, you have the quote-unquote wormhole, or entanglement connections, 2. And finally, above that, you have the quote-unquote membrane of the black hole in the universe above us, 1, or the macro. Don't be a zero, be a hero. 0-point energy field, bleep!
You got me monologuing, I can't believe it. It's cool, huh? 0-point energy.
So at the top of our universe is the black hole, quote-unquote crystal core quantum computer, that we are ultimately entangled in. And connecting the membrane of that structure to our universe is the wormholes that connect the entirety of our universe to the universe above us through the 3D space-time manifold. Okay, so the 3D space-time manifold is space itself. And through that, you have the largest voids in space. And in the largest voids in space, you have galaxies. And in those galaxies, you have stars and planets. And in those stars and planets, you have atoms. And in those atoms, you have protons and neutrons. And in those protons and neutrons, you have quarks. And in those quarks, you have quote-unquote local entanglement, connecting this universe to the universe below us, or the micro.
Very special happened. The form of the crystal, configured just like the universe, and indeed our own mind, is also mainly empty space. It is in this space that scientists store and harness vast amounts of information, in the dark matter of the crystal.
The macro and the micro, each representative of infinity. We are in between the two poles of infinity at the 5th spatial dimension, or state 5 of the dark energy field, the stars and planets. This is infinity divided.
Magnetic field is generated by matter. Electric field is generated by dark energy. Their interaction is the foundation of all electromagnetic energy. For the universe to exist it must reverberate, aka second Big Bang/solidification, we'll explain a little more later. Edit 2023, there is a base flux, or zero-point energy, vibration, resonating through the entire universe. Think of the sea of virtual particles, popping in and out of existence, mainstream science's very definition of dark energy. Each shell of the dark energy field behaves the same, just in different proportions. Where matter is heavy, the dark energy field is light. Where the dark energy field is heavy, matter is light. Light is the quantum transfer of matter. Light is the lightest matter can become. Light is a particle and has mass, only it is the quantum definition of quantum mass transfer, and is the lightest mass can get, and the source of luminescence. How convenient, the definition of light is also its modern, scientific meaning. This is the simple entanglement, or the massless particles, gluons, electrons, and photons, simple entanglement, of energy, and dark energy. I explain this exact point I am trying to make clearly in my recent video called Mass, Matter, Function, Interaction of Momentum, Part 5. All matter generates its electromagnetic energy from moving across the dark energy field, proportionally. The lighter the dark energy field, the less electromagnetic energy. The heavier the dark energy field, the more electromagnetic energy. This also applies to each state of the dark energy field, or gravity shells. As matter moves from a lighter dark energy field to a heavier dark energy field, it will hit an invisible cushion wall of sorts that will have a slowing effect, and matter's electromagnetic energy will increase, directly proportional to its decrease in speed as it slows down, because it moved into, or hit, a heavier dark energy zone. Eventually, it will get lighter until it equalizes its rate of motion, at which point it will continue to slow, albeit at a much slower decrease in speed, and the structure at this point is usually forced to make a change, and to get lighter it must get thinner, so the structure usually explodes at this point, though not always. I just made a quick video about this called hypervelocity stars. This is also the most efficient teleportation zone. If you are moving fast enough, you could smash into this cushion wall of denser dark energy and generate enough EM energy to push you through to the other side with very little effort. Teleportation could be as easy as flying fast enough out of Earth's own magnetic field and back into another planet's field. Conservation of momentum. If you were to say something is in motion in space will continue forever until impacted upon, this is completely false. The movement of matter alone causes electromagnetic energy. This energy comes at a cost, and is the reason for the speed of light. While the mechanical momentum of matter moving over the dark energy field generates electromagnetic energy, it also has a slowing effect on said matter, and so, over time, with no other energy input, matter will get slower and slower, lighter and lighter, and over a long enough period, it will decay back into light itself and back into dark energy.
The current best theory to explain how these particles attain their mass is called the Higgs mechanism. This is a simple demonstration of how the Higgs mechanism functions. It states that there is a scalar Higgs field which permeates all parts of the universe. Particles with no mass, such as the photon, do not interact with the Higgs field at all, maintaining their kinetic energy and passing through at the speed of light. A particle with mass, such as a quark, interacts with the Higgs field, which slows it down and converts some of its kinetic energy into what we know of as mass.
The faster something moves, the heavier it gets. As matter moves faster and faster, it generates more and more electromagnetic energy. This in turn pushes more and more dark energy away, and dark energy therefore pushes more and more on matter, making matter heavier and heavier the faster it moves. The generation of electromagnetic energy is the mechanical energy of matter physically moving over the dark energy field. This comes at a cost, and the interaction between the two can only tick up to a certain rate or speed. The more dark energy, the faster matter and energy can tick, and the faster time and light occur. Gravity is caused when matter is in motion, and that motion causes electromagnetic energy to be generated. This electromagnetic energy pushes away the layers of the dark energy field, and the dark energy field pushes back. The electromagnetic energy of matter causes matter to have gravity and energy. Gravity moves matter, and therefore the universe itself is in a force feedback loop of sorts. The more matter moves, the heavier it gets, the heavier it gets, the more it moves, the more it moves, the heavier it gets, etc. Motion of matter is the cause for matter to have gravity and energy. The faster something goes, the more energy and the heavier it gets. The lighter something is, the faster it must move to stay solid and maintain its form. This is why light moves so fast. The slower something gets, the lighter it will become. All matter is slowly decaying into dark energy. All energy is an entangled form of energy/matter, and dark energy/space. As all matter is an entanglement of energy, all matter decays. Time is the rate of decay of all matter. As matter decays, it creates more space. Space is dark energy, just as spacetime is the fabric of the universe. Dark energy and its interaction with matter is the fabric of the universe. This is spacetime. Spacetime is dark energy. As matter decays, it creates more space/dark energy. As all the matter, all the galaxies in the universe are slowly decaying, they are creating more space. This is the reason the universe is expanding. Space, or dark energy, is actually not a vacuum, it is a field full of energy, and is actually a record of the convergence and evolution of all matter in the universe.
And you know what we found? We found the very fabric of space-time itself appeared to store information about every event which had ever occurred in the past.
All matter compresses from hydrogen, the simplest form of matter, to iron. As matter generates gravity and compresses into large structures like a star, the matter within the structure starts to transfuse from hydrogen down the base elements to iron, where it cannot compress any further. With the foundation of matter and dark energy, matter has evolved to push away as much dark energy as possible. This is the foundation of the periodic table, and matter has evolved to be efficient at reducing its interaction with dark energy. The 10 shells of the dark energy field, or quantum gravity, are the defining interaction with matter and its rate of decay. Time is a tick rate of matter interacting with dark energy. The less dark energy, the less time can pass. More dark energy, the more time can pass. Matter has evolved to push away as much dark energy as possible, so the more pressure matter is under, the less space there is. Dark energy and space are the same thing. Just as spacetime is time dilation, the more pressure matter is under, the less space there is and the slower time passes. Time is the tick rate of decay, so matter under pressure, especially once it has transfused to iron, lives longer. Iron is the king. Iron, once enough matter has compressed hard enough and transfused to iron, iron magnifies itself, becomes like a magnet. This is a magnetic field, and this pushes away even more dark energy, and so time slows. This is a time dilation field, and matter decays slower in a time dilation field. I have explained this in other videos and posts, but if matter can move fast enough to generate more energy than it is decaying, matter can actually grow itself. Once this ion core, once this time dilation field gets big enough to push away more dark energy, there becomes a point where there is not enough dark energy for anything to travel on, so the core keeps pulling matter into itself. But because there is not enough dark energy for the proper interaction of matter/energy and space/dark energy, there is nothing for light or anything else to travel on, and this is the point where the iron core becomes a black hole. Once this core has reached a large enough size, the core actually drops in dimensions and becomes a new universe. The mass is still in this universe, but it is creating its own universe inside itself, as the matter that goes into the black hole is an entanglement of both energy/matter and dark energy/space. The new universe slowly falls into its own force feedback loop, and if there is enough matter in there, it will reverberate and crystallize into its own life-bearing, fully fledged universe. Conception. The beginning of thought. If there is not enough matter, the universe will not reverberate, and all the matter inside the black hole will fall into a single decay spiral, and slowly decay into dark energy. This, from the perspective of our universe, is a black hole evaporating. And as all the matter within this new, fully fledged universe is slowly evolving and decaying, once it has decayed enough, the black hole will get light enough and pop back up into the universe from which it originated. Supermassive black hole supernova. And a new neutron star is born. A neutron star could be considered to be the soul of a universe. This is the idea behind the cascading universe, where all matter is dropping in dimensional planes, or level planes, and forming their own universes, with their own black holes, and so on and so on. What does that tell us? Well, for starters, anything heavier than a photon cannot travel at the speed of light, without the introduction of a magnetic field. If an atom/proton were to be accelerated to the speed of light, it could only be by the addition of a stronger magnetic field within this solar system. If you were to accelerate an atom/proton faster and faster, it would get heavy enough to teleport, before it could get as fast as the speed of light, because it is heavier than a photon. Only light can travel as fast as light. But light can also be sped up. The introduction of a stronger magnetic field will allow light to travel faster and faster, up to the final speed I call source speed. Just as 0 degrees Kelvin is absolute zero, source speed is the fastest anything can go, though everything moves slower than source speed. Things can go a lot faster than what we call light speed. This is true for everything. If you introduce a magnetic field, you can move faster and faster. Also, you can modulate the magnetic field to be unbalanced, that is to say, you open/intensify more energy on the side you would like to travel, and just like a bubble of air rising up in water, dark energy will push you in the direction you would like to travel in. To generate a magnetic field you use a microwave, or otherwise known as magnetron. Einstein was right, if light were to travel any faster, it would disappear. This is true. Orion Michael Guy.